The Owl House, one of the greatest and most homosexual shows ever thought up. It's got sapphic couples, they them baddies, and best of all, it knows how to garner an audience of queer people. I got through this shit. Speaking of queer people, the Owl House might also be classified as queer couple heaven, because there's a mess of very beautiful and cute couples, and will make you love the franchise even more. And since Valentine's Day is nowhere fucking close to us, I've been inspired to make a top 10 list of the most queer Owl House ships. Grab yourself a snack and a glass of apple blood, and try not to type your opinion fucking sucks in the comments. So here we go! Number 1. Lumity. Only 2 people are subscribed.
So, I just got done watching the finale of The Owl House, Watching and Dreaming. And, to be perfectly honest, it was fucking practically perfect. Wasn't bittersweet, and surprisingly, no one died? I'm just as shocked as you are, if you watched the finale. I'm also going relatively unscripted, if you couldn't tell. I'm not good with words. But there was a close call. I'll talk about it later though. I'm gonna summarize the plot later, but the writers they pulled no punches with this one. It was a beautiful, sad, but ultimately happy ending for all the characters. One of which left me sobbing at the verge of throwing up for the vast majority of the episode's 55-minute runtime. So without further ado, let us get into my thoughts on the episode, plot point by plot point. Keep in mind, most of my dot points are scripted and mostly are not improvised, as without most of my thoughts clearly written down and detailed, I will stumble my words most of the time. The episode begins literally where For the Future leaves off last time. Everyone is immediately captured and turned into puppets, all except for Luz, who ends up becoming trapped in sort of like her own little nightmare realm, adorned in Belos' armor, which honestly looks really swag on Luz, aside from it being worn by a complete bigoted colonizer. She soon comes face to face with a sort of quote-unquote puppet, Amity, who starts blaming her for all the bad things that have transpired in the past few episodes. Then that promptly segues Luz into seeing all the other versions of her friends, and in a really cute scene, when all of them gang up on her, Luz goes up to the Amity and she just cutely inspects her and is like, "You're not the real Amity," because the real Amity would say it's a witch's duel, not a witch's battle, and it was so cool. It was really cute. And so she promptly calls it fake, and then everyone wakes up, and then Amity tells Luz that she has to turn on the light to wake her and the others up from the collector's spell, which is, like the thing in the trailer, and everyone was speculating about it. It was really cool. I'm rambling a lot. So after that, Luz wakes up, and in a really tear-jerking scene, she is finally, at long last, reunited with Ida and King after the events of King's Tide. Their reunion is short-lived, as the iPad kid, the Collector, appears, and challenges them to various games of that in which we all see in the trailer, but the Jenga game, which is new. Eventually, after getting his ass beat in the Quay retweets, Luz offers him some comfort and takes him on a trip with her, Ida and King, to show him how they all became friends in an attempt to calm the Collector and make peace with him. We get to learn a fair bit about the Collector's backstory here, how his brothers, the Archivists, tricked him into going into the Isles, abandoning him pretty much. Then the Collector befriends the Titans, but his older brothers, they feared the power of the Titans and began to wipe out the entire race, which caused the King of Titans, like the actual Titan, the Boiling Isles Titan, to blame the Collector for the death of his species, and he sealed away the Collector and hid the last egg, which had King in it, and that ties into the flashback scenes of Echoes of the Past, Season 2, Episode 3. While all that happens, Belos is making a mad dash for the heart of the Titan as he possesses the body of Rain still. Rain is somehow managing to fight back and even manages to free themselves from Belos' possession, quickly catches on to what he is going to do. Rain follows Belos in an attempt to confront him and to stop him from possessing the Titan's heart, but Rain horribly fails this as a little tiny smidge of Belos gets on the heart, and now he possesses the entire Boiling Isles. Amity in a puppet form somehow manages to make a light glyph and wake her and the others up in the archives, all whilst far away on the knee of the Titan, Collector, Luce, Eater, King, they soon discover that Belos has possessed the Titan. They go to confront the massive Belos-Zilla thing forming like on top of the castle, or whatever the fuck it is, I just like calling it that. After taking some advice from Luce, the Collector naively tries to show kindness and forgiveness to Belos, not knowing that he's fully beyond redemption. Then when Belos attempts to kill the Collector, Luce, she blocks the shot, but in an honestly really fucking sad scene that did not make me fail to cry like a fucking baby, Luce dies. Luce fucking dies and disperses into light energy across the Isles. And then there's this fucking evil scene where when her light scatters around the Isles and reaches the archives, everyone's like confused and wondering what's happening, except for her mother who's like in a puppet and she's crying because she knows that her daughter is dead. That's evil, and it made me sob. Then Eater and King become so enraged with grief, they gain a new, like, sort of, I don't know, rage mode form thingy, which gives, like, the brief appearance of their new form in the trailer a really whole new depressing meaning. But, thankfully, Luce is okay, otherwise the episode would have been really shit. She wakes up in the realm in between, where she is saved and finally met with the Titan himself, King's father, who has the sexiest voice known to man. I don't know who voices him. There, Luce laments over the Collector not killing Belos, wishing that, you know, fucking blasted the poor bitch to smithereens. And he reassures her that it's okay to want to protect your loved ones, that Belos doesn't really care about his goal of saving humanity. He'd just, as to quote him,
"You assume Belos' goal comes from a genuine place. But that man doesn't care about anything but his need to be the hero in his own delusion. And because of that, he fears what he can't control." Which
is really nice way to comfort Luce. Because she poor girl's been through a lot in the last few episodes. We learn the Titan's slowly dying because of Belos' possession of his heart, and he's like slowly dying off. So he tells Luce that she has to defeat Belos, and then he gives her his powers, and then he sends him off back to, like, I don't know, the demon realm, the mortal realm, whatever. And she says goodbye to the Titan. When she returns, she becomes fucking Titan Luce. This is honestly something I never even considered happening, but it's so fucking cool, and she looks so cool and cute and badass. Holy shit. And her entrance scene is so, like, relieving. You could, like, feel the happiness on the other characters' faces, and she just looks so cool. I'm literally obsessing over the design because it looks so fucking good. I went from sobbing like a baby because I was sad to crying because I was happy on the edge of my seat, ready to see this final battle play out. So they then head to the heart of the Titan to lay siege to Belos, while the Collector goes to save everyone in the archives while he's slowly being corrupted by Belos. Luz gets to use her new Titan powers in a really cute and epic battle alongside Ida, King, and oh my god, her and King do like the wear thing, like, you know, where King does like the sonic blast, and I just started bawling again because it was so fucking cute, man. The music, the score, the music in this episode is so good, by the way. I feel like I haven't even touched upon that, but yeah, the music's so good. And once they get inside the castle and into the Heart Room, they're finally reunited with Rain, and Ida finally gets to see Rain again after like fucking ages. And in the most awesome fucking scene in the entire show, probably in any other show that I've ever seen yet, Luz goes to rip the fucking carcass of Belos off the Titan's heart, Doom Eternal style, all while calling back to the good witch Azura, which, despite how cheesy it is totally in her character to do that, and it was so cool and cute. I think it totally was warranted. And get this, get the tally charts ready, because I was fucking crying again. Then the animation goes all smooth, and then she screams, like in the first episode of the series, and oh my god, it's too cool. Then she rips and tears him from the Titan's heart until it is done. Oh, I love Doom. And then the day is saved, all of the corruption withering away to ash as everyone recollects themselves. All but a single fragment of Belos remains. He takes form again into strangely enough Philip Widderbane from like a couple hundred years ago, not like the Belos Widderbane. But he tries to trick Luz into believing that he's free of the curse, and the curse made him do all this awful shit. Luz, who was much too familiar with his manipulation, just stands still, and just does not even utter a single word as he slowly melts to death in the boiling rain, as he pleads with her. And oh my god, in this scene, have I mentioned how cool Titan Luz is yet? Because their fucking design is awesome. But yeah, as he clings onto like the last threads of his life, Luz just steps back. Then King, Ida, and Rain just curb stomp his skull until literally nothing remains of him, finally ending Belos once and for all. Luz's Titan powers leave her, and she returns to her normal human form. And then the entire conflict of the Owl House finally concludes. Everyone is reunited with their loved ones, and Luz sees her mum again. And one last fuck you to Disney, we have our second Lumity kiss. Then Luz learns that after the Titan has passed on, glyph magic has died out. And she, you know, reflects on her life up until that point and declares that a new chapter of her life is beginning. Fast forward until she is fucking 18 and graduated. We learn that she's gonna undertake college in the Isles at the University of Wild Magic. We see all these cute photos and memories of all the stuff she did after the final battle. This super cute photo of her and V at graduation. Her and Amity sicking Hootie on some poor individual. And her and Amity's second Grum together! Yippee! And then she has a new portal, and she goes to visit all her friends in the Isles, and she goes to see Amity and all that. Oh my god, it is such a beautiful ending. We get to see the characters and what they are doing in the present, where they all ended up, and get to see their cool future designs. And oh my god, I have to mention Amity because she looks so fucking pretty and cool. She's like a fucking steampunker. I love it, I love it, I love it. And at the very end, everyone's holding Luz a quinceañera. I think that's how you say it, because she never properly had her 15th birthday, because of all the Belos shit. And a second fuck you to Disney, little Lumity kiss, and oh my god. King's Titan powers have gotten stronger since the last time we saw him on screen. Eventually Luz is going to have a new language of glyphs to learn, which is really exciting, but unfortunately probably never going to get to see it because this is the final episode of the series. After watching the collector passing by, putting on a little star show for Luz's quinceañera, all of the characters, like, look up to the camera and say goodbye. Oh my god. Finally, like, it ends the most amazing show I have ever seen in my life. So, my honest thoughts on the ending. All my rambling aside, all my shouting, it's probably gotten on people's nerves, but honestly, the ending was practically perfect, given the circumstances of the cancellation. It thankfully didn't end like Star vs. the Forces of Evil, or It Was All a Dream, and because of that, I couldn't be more happy with how it ended. If I had to give it one honest critique, there are too many unanswered questions and plot points, and it did feel a little rushed. Now, I know, I get it, the show was unfairly cancelled, and the fact that it was rushed is not the writer's fault at all. But other than those minor gripes I have with this episode, it concluded Our House in the best way possible. And now I can kill myself! All jokes aside, I am going to be depressed for ages following the end of this series I cherish so much. But I know that this show is going to be forever kept alive by the amazing, kind, welcoming and supportive creative fans of the Owl House. So now that it's over, where do I go from here? Well, I did say I wanted to do a full analysis series on the all 3 seasons of the Owl House, and considering the monolithic amounts of support I got on the Farewell to the Owl House video I made a week ago, I want to do it even more now than I've wanted to do it ever. So it's definitely going to be happening, and I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to rewatching the show again. Need an excuse to do that, always. The video after this one is going to be a TF2 video. I don't really have a time frame as to when it will be done, because I am going to go on, vacation somewhere very soon. No access to anything. And after that, who knows? I personally would love to do some side Our House analysis videos separate to, like, the big 3 seasons, like, on characters, themes, plot points, whatever, like, just become pretty much a part-time Owl House content creator until I eventually run out of things to fawn and fangirl over. But this whole past week has been so surreal, seeing people so positively react to me just talking about this silly little owl show that I love, and I hold it so close to my heart and soul. It's like, it's validated me, in a way. Validated me to ramble on and on about stuff I just find really cool, and I would love to talk about the Owl House more. I love the community surround it, and I need some way to get over the depression that the finale has inflicted on me. And I've said this a lot to people, but thanks to each and every single one of you who watched the video, liked it, subscribed, and left your honestly empowering and heartwarming stories about how much this silly gay owl show has affected our lives. After I received those comments, it stood to me only as a testament to how amazing and important this show is for so many people, and how much of an impact it's had on our lives. I cannot wait to talk about this show more, because it's been on my mind for years making Owl House content, and I can't believe now it's taken me until the finale of the series to even consider that. And, post the finale, my new goal is to comfort Owl House fans with plenty of, good, decent content to aid with the post-finale depression. And yeah, I think I'm all said and done for now. I will see you guys soon. Look out for any future uploads if you're interested. I've been 12E, and thanks to the crew who put their passion, blood, sweat, tears and soul into every aspect of this show. thanks to the community for being so amazing and welcoming, and thanks for watching. And dreaming.